All right, David has just finished up the home inspection and he's just going to go over his findings.
Hey, all right. So on the structure, I didn't find anything wrong. The house has been here for exactly 100 years. It's going to be here for 100 more. There's nothing going on that you guys need to worry about in the structure department. So we are good there. On the exterior of the property, it is all very good. You have hardy plank siding on the addition, which never needs to have anything done to it. The rest is obviously solid masonry, which is in great shape. The roof is from 2015. It's a rolled asphalt shingle roof. It should last 20 to 25 years, so you have a long ways to go in that. The only problem I found is out in the garage. They have two outlets and a lot of stuff plugged into it. The garage door should be directly plugged into the outlet, and it's not. It's running off an extension cord. It's in reach. We just need to get out there and reconfigure the jumble of wires. So put everything else on the extension cord, but not the garage door opener. That needs to be on a dedicated power supply or on plugged into the outlet. That's the only thing I have on the outside. The rest is actually in really great shape. And then we're going to jump to plumbing. The plumbing overall is in very good shape too. You are missing one cover on the back of the house for a vent. I don't know if it's the dryer or the bathroom fan. It's too high for me to tell, but it's missing the cover. I took a picture of it. It'll be in your report. That is the only plumbing problem I found. Hot was hot, cold was cold, nothing leaked, nothing dripped, everything flushed, everything drained. There are two water heaters in your house. A small 38-gallon water heater for the basement and a 50-gallon water heater for the rest of the house. The 38-gallon water heater downstairs is the only appliance I found in the house that's not from 2015. That's actually from 2013. So it's a couple years older, but not very old yet. So you've got life left in that too. So that's what I had in the plumbing. Unfortunately, electric is where we have most of our problems. In both the main panel box upstairs and the sub panel box downstairs, there are probably a total of 15 overfused circuits. And that's where we run a wire. In your case, they are 14 gauge wires, and they're connected to 20 amp circuits. And 20 amp circuits are supposed to be on 12 gauge wire. And that means that I can put more electricity across that wire than it's designed to carry before the breaker trips. So it's a fire hazard. And some of those wires, when I'm in your panel box that are on those, are pretty darn warm, and they should never be warm. If they're warm, we're pulling too much juice across them, so we need to get this problem fixed pretty quick. So I took pictures of all of the breakers that are overfused. Those will have to be corrected. We also have a missing bridge for one of the water heaters downstairs. So the water heaters run off of 220 volts. So there are two breakers for the water heater, but the breakers have to be tied together, and the piece that ties the two breakers together is missing in the sub panel downstairs. That's a simple repair. We have a multi-tapped GFCI breaker in the main panel box. You're not allowed to do that. We have a multi-tap breaker in the panel box that shouldn't be multi-tapped. We need to correct that. So there are a lot of little things that need to be fixed. Some of them are important, but all this stuff is really simple to take care of. I would assume it's going to cost someone probably $650 to $750 to have an electrician come in, go through the panel boxes, and correct all the problems wrong with it. And one of the expenses is going to be you need an additional AFCI breaker, since one of them is multi-tapped. And AFCI breakers are $100 just for the breaker. So that's why that price might seem a little high. But those are all I had. All of your outlets have the correct polarity. Everything is grounded properly. The electric overall, except for what we discussed in the panel box, is in good shape through the rest of the house. Your heating and air conditioning systems are fine. The only issue I have with your furnace downstairs is it is a gas furnace. It is a direct vent, which means the combustion chamber has to be sealed, and yours is not. They neglected to put the gasket on the gas line on the side of the furnace. So at this point, it's just easier to wrap the pipe in duct seal to seal it up. Your furnace is supposed to be 90% efficient, but it's only 90% when it's getting all of its air from outdoors. So with a hole in the side of your combustion chamber, that's not happening. So you're just losing efficiency. It's not making your furnace work harder. It's just you're not getting as good at bang for your buck on the gas. So that's a simple fix. There's a filter downstairs you have to change once a month on the side of the furnace. It's easy to see. I'm sure you guys will locate that when you move in. On my interior page, I've got 2 doors that I can't get to latch shut. The door to the basement at the top of the staircase, and the second level hall bathroom doesn't latch shut. So we need to do a little work on those to get those to latch. I do not find a window screen on any window in the house. I don't know if they have them. I didn't see any, but
None in the garage.
none in the garage that I saw.
Okay.
So we might want to ask the owner, do they have screens? Did they take them out for showing because it looks brighter without them?
Yeah.
And then I cannot get the fireplace in the living room to light. We tried the
We did.
manual switch, we tried the remote switch, and it's possible I am just not doing it right. So have the owner demonstrate the function or repair it. And then I understand that the fire pit on the deck is being repaired. And the fireplace in the bedroom in the attic level is a gel fireplace. And you'll find the fuel for that in the closet upstairs. You actually pour it in and then light it with a match. It's not, or a lighter, it's not anything fancy upstairs.
Can be easily removed, like a wall hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. In the kitchen up here, the range hood here is recirculating. It doesn't blow out doors.
Okay.
So there are a series of charcoal filters in here you have to replace once a year. You should assume they've never been replaced and replace them when you move in. The range hood downstairs in the basement does nothing. It runs, but it's not recirculating and it doesn't vent outside.
Really?
So if you have a range hood that doesn't vent outside, it needs to recirculate and go through a charcoal filter, but that is an external discharge hood that doesn't externally discharge.
Can it be rewired to be recirculating?
No.
Okay.
You
You
either
have.
have to run a pipe outdoors, which is way too expensive now,
Right.
or you have to replace it with one that will recirculate,
Okay.
which isn't that one. So it would need a new range hood. So
Okay.
you know, a few $100 plus installation for that.
For a recirculating
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Okay.
That's funny.
The upstairs attic room on the back of the house has a big giant ice maker for parties, but, but it's shut off.
Okay.
I would have to be here for probably 5 or 6 hours for me to turn that on and get it to make ice.
Okay.
So it is shut off now. I turned it on and I could hear that it runs, but I cannot confirm that it will make ice.
Okay. So we'll ask.
So you'll have to ask or have them turn it on for a while so you guys can make sure that it's making ice up there.
Okay.
Okay. And then in the lower level kitchen, your range downstairs is missing the anti-tipping bracket, which means there's a clamp that goes on the back leg that holds it down to the floor so it won't tip over on you. That needs to be installed. It's a glass cooktop, so you have to remember to use glass cooktop cleaner, nothing containing ammonia. All the appliances down there are from 2015. All the appliances in this kitchen are for 2015. The water heater's from 2015. All the HVAC systems are from 2015. So they all date to when the pop-up happened. And that is all I have.
Well, David, what do you think of the quality of the construction of the pop-up?
I think it's good.
Okay.
They used hardy plank siding. You know, I don't see any qualms with anything they did on the addition. The roof is excellently installed, which is better than I normally see. So
Okay.
I think the addition is done really well. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I will email you this report tonight when I get home, which will be a little late because my last one doesn't start at 6. So after 9 you'll get the report. I will text you guys my Venmo address so you can just Venmo me the funds. Page 3 of your report is a receipt showing what we charge for and how much it is. So that'll all be in your report.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome.